Never compete where you don't compare. Reclaiming your timeline, redefining your legacy. You've been running someone else's race your entire life and you didn't even know it. Welcome to Soft Girl Era, the sacred space where strong Black women unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom they deserve without guilt, without apology, and without explanation. I'm your host, LeAnne Dolce, pronounced Dolce, like sweet softness whispered in French, and I'm your guide from burnout to boundaries, from doing to being, from strong to soft, and loving every second of it. Today, I had the profound honor of sitting down with Janeka Haynes, a visionary who is making the world a better place by dismantling the lies we've been told about timelines, competition, and what it means to arrive. Janeka Haynes is on a mission to remind women across the world, especially our Black sisters, that it is never too late to live out your dream. She's teaching us to stop competing where we don't compare, to stop measuring our chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20, and to start owning our unique path as the superpower it truly is. Her work is revolutionary because it gives permission, it gives breath, it gives life to dreams deferred, and it ignites a movement of unstoppable legacy builders who refuse to let the world's timeline determine their future. And what I'm about to share with you today, drawn directly from my conversation with Janeka Haynes, will shake the foundation of everything you thought you knew about success, timing, and your own worthiness. Let's start here. The world has sold you a script. It whispers that if you haven't made it by 30, you're behind. If you haven't launched by 40, you're too late. If you're 50 and still dreaming, you're delusional. That script is a lie, and it's a lie designed to keep you small, silent, and stuck in survival mode. Janeka Haynes said it best: never compete where you don't compare. Your unique path is your superpower. Comparison steals joy and delays destiny. By owning your timeline, you create space for authentic success that inspires others, proving Black women can redefine late into legendary. Think about that for a moment. Redefine late into legendary. That's not just a catchy phrase, that's a revolution. That's a reclamation. That's you deciding that your timeline is yours. And no one, no industry, no family member, no societal expectation gets to dictate when your season arrives. Now, I know some of you are sitting there thinking, but LeAnne, I'm tired. I've been grinding for decades. I've been the strong one, the dependable one, the one who holds it all together. How do I even begin to dream again? And that's exactly why this message from Janeka Haynes is so critical. Because the soft girl era isn't about adding more hustle to your plate. It's about releasing the cape, redefining strength, and embracing softness as the radical act of self love it truly is. It's about learning to say no without guilt, setting boundaries without apology, and resting without explanation. And it's about understanding that your dream, the one you shelved because the world told you it was too late, and is still alive, still valid, still waiting for you to breathe life into it. Yaneka Haynes shared 3 key lessons that I want you to hold close to your heart. First, embrace your unique timeline. Reject comparison. Your journey's pace is perfectly timed for your purpose. Start where you stand today. Second, pursue dreams fearlessly, no matter the age. Black women thrive when defying too late. Your story becomes the blueprint for others. Third, share boldly to uplift the collective. By living unapologetically, you empower a ripple effect, showing the world timelines are illusions. These aren't just motivational sound bites. These are survival strategies for the woman who's been told she's too old, too late, too much, or not enough. These are the truths that will set you free. Let me take you deeper. Let me show you what happens when Black women stop competing, where they don't compare and start building empires on their own terms. Consider Vera Wang. At 40 years old, in a youth obsessed fashion industry, that worships the young and dismisses the seasoned, Vera launched her bridal empire in New York City. She faced intense competition from younger designers, societal pressure that success peaks early, and the daunting task of balancing a corporate escape with zero fashion experience. But Vera ignored the comparisons. She leveraged life skills from figure skating and editing. She focused on niche bridal innovation over trendy fast fashion. And what happened? She built a billion-dollar plus brand. She learned that timelines are self made, transforming personal doubt into empire building confidence. From Olympic dreams dashed to editing Vogue, Vera's 40s pivot was fueled by a passionate wedding dress search that revealed market gaps. She was standing in bridal shops, looking at gowns that didn't speak to her vision. And instead of accepting what was available, she asked herself a disruptive question: what if I created what I couldn't find? That question became a revolution. She skyrocketed from zero to dressing celebrities like Ariana Grande in red carpet magic, turning late start into timeless legacy. She shattered age myths in fashion, inspiring Black women entrepreneurs to launch boldly, fostering inclusive industry timelines. But here's what they don't tell you about Vera's story: she didn't just wake up one day with confidence, she wrestled with doubt. She questioned whether she had missed her window. She wondered if the world would take her seriously, and then she made a choice. She chose to stop competing where she didn't compare. She chose to build something that reflected her unique vision, her unique timeline, her unique genius. And the world responded. Now let's talk about Madam C.J. Walker, born Sarah Breedlove. She became the first self made female millionaire in America, building her hair care empire in the early 1900s from Indianapolis, targeting Black women. She faced poverty, hair loss from discrimination, stress, and a male dominated business world that viewed her 40s start as too late. But Madam Walker focused on her authentic solution: hair growth products, without comparing herself to white male tycoons. She built community networks over cutthroat competition. She amassed a fortune, employed thousands of Black women, and taught us that personal timelines fuel collective rise. Orphaned young, widowed with a child, her 40s vision stemmed from scalp ailments and a dream of economic freedom for Black women. Imagine that. A woman who had every reason to believe the world had written her off. A woman who could have accepted her circumstances as final, but she didn't. She rose from washerwoman to millionaire mogul, hosting lavish conventions that crowned agents as Walker girls in triumphant glory. She revolutionized the Black beauty industry, proving late starts create lasting wealth ladders for communities. Madam Walker didn't just build a business, she built a movement. She created economic opportunity where there was none. She looked at Black women who were struggling, who were told they were worthless, who were denied access to wealth and dignity. And she said, "Not on my watch." She turned her pain into purpose. She turned her timeline into a testimony. And she proved that when one Black woman rises on her own terms, she creates a ladder for thousands more. And then there's Ursula Burns, the first Black woman CEO of a Fortune 500 company. She ascended at Xerox in 2009 at age 50 from New York roots. She faced glass ceilings, imposter syndrome in tech, and pressure to mimic faster rising male peers. But Ursula stayed true to her engineering path. She mentored without competing. She emphasized long game vision over quick wins. She grew Xerox revenue, paved CEO paths for women of color, and learned that unique timelines outperform forced comparisons. From Bronx Project's upbringing, her Xerox internship at 20 evolved into a 30-year climb, motivated by proving systemic timelines wrong. Think about that: 30 years, 3 decades of showing up, of being underestimated, of being overlooked, of being told she didn't fit the mold. And instead of shrinking, instead of conforming, instead of competing where she didn't compare, she carved her own path. She navigated a $6 billion acquisition like a chess master, shattering ceilings with poised power that echoed through boardrooms. She inspired corporate diversity, showing Black women leaders rewrite timelines for future generations. Do you see the pattern? Vera, Madam Walker, Ursula, they didn't compete where they didn't compare. They didn't let the world's timeline determine their future. They owned their unique path, and in doing so, they created legacies that continue to inspire, uplift, and empower. But here's the question Janeka Haynes posed that I want you to sit with. What would happen if more people, especially our Black leaders, adopted never compete where you don't compare? Yaneka's answer was this: we'd see an explosion of authentic innovation. Black women would launch dreams unhindered, creating diverse empires, stronger communities, and timelines that celebrate every stage, turning late into a movement of unstoppable legacy builders. Imagine that world. Imagine a world where Black women aren't apologizing for starting at 50. Imagine a world where we celebrate the woman who pivots at 45, who launches at 60, who finally says yes to herself after decades of saying yes to everyone else. Imagine the innovation, the creativity, the wealth, the healing, the joy that would flood our communities if we collectively decided to reject comparison and embrace our God given timelines. This is the soft girl era in action. This is what it looks like to release the cape, to redefine strength, to embrace softness. This is what it looks like to heal in real time, to protect pieces of practice, and to turn survival into something sacred. Now, I want to bring this home for you. I want to make this personal because Janeka Haynes didn't just share theory with me. She shared a call to action. She said, today, write down one dream you've shelved because of time, then take one step toward it. Remember, your timeline is yours. Own it passionately. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Right now, in this moment, think of that dream. You know the one you whisper about late at night, the one you've convinced yourself is too late, too risky, too impossible. Write it down, not tomorrow, not next week, today, and then take one step, just one. It could be a Google search, it could be a phone call, it could be a prayer, it could be telling one trusted friend, I'm going to do this. That one step is your rebellion against the world's timeline. That one step is your declaration that you refuse to compete where you don't compare. That one step is your entry into the soft girl era where rest, joy, and dreams deferred finally get their moment to bloom. Because here's the truth that Janeka Haynes and I want you to carry with you: you are not late, you are not behind, you are not too old, too tired, too anything. You are right on time. Your timeline is divinely orchestrated. Your dream is still valid. Your story is still being written. And the world is waiting, desperately waiting for you to step into your legendary. This is the sacred pause Black women have been waiting for. This is the deep exhale from the Superwoman script. This is the quiet but powerful return to softness, rest, self trust, and radical joy. This is soft girl era. This is your permission slip. This is your moment. But let me be clear, this isn't just about you feeling good. This is about you disrupting systems. This is about you rewriting narratives. This is about you creating generational wealth, generational healing, generational freedom. When you step into your dream, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the trajectory of every little Black girl who's watching you. You're changing the possibilities for every woman in your family who was told to play it safe. You're changing the landscape of industries that have excluded us, erased us, underestimated us. So the question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, are you willing? Are you willing to stop apologizing for your timeline? Are you willing to stop shrinking to make others comfortable? Are you willing to stop competing where you don't compare and start building where you belong? Because the world doesn't need another version of someone else's success. The world needs your unique brilliance. The world needs your perspective. The world needs your dream. And the world needs you to stop waiting for permission and start giving yourself the green light. Never compete where you don't compare. Own your timeline. Redefine late into legendary and watch as your life transforms into the empire, the legacy, the joy you were always meant to live. Now go, write that dream down. Take that one step. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the right age. Stop waiting for someone to tell you it's okay. You are the permission you've been waiting for. You are the breakthrough your lineage has been praying for. You are the living proof that timelines are illusions and legends are made when women dare to believe their dreams are worth the risk. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your soft girl era. Own it passionately, live it unapologetically, and never ever compete where you don't compare.